Hello, Spinner94 here, bringing you a 6v6 battle. I don't think I've uploaded this one. If I have, I apologise beforehand, but I don't think I have uploaded this one. Anyway, it's battle against Anthony. I had this battle ages ago. Could have been on stream, could have been just a random battle on Wi-Fi, but there's some nasty stuff there. There's a Blaziken, Chestnut. Chestnut surprisingly underestimated. Glade's quite a nasty one, could be a Mega. Then I've got, of course, my team here, no Megas. It's technically an OU team cover Featherthorn, but it was just me dicking around with a bunch of mons. So let's jump straight into the battle and let's see how this goes. So we jump straight into this battle here, and Anthony A is going to lead off with his Lucario, and I am going to lead off with my Mincha, which is a pretty safe bet. I didn't want to risk this being an in-focus one, so I thought I'd probably go with speed, so I'm going to U-turn, just get the hell out of there, or maybe go for a Drain Punch, but I thought he'd switch because, you know, fighting type and he's a steel type, so I was thinking, you know, the one-hit KO fancy he'd switch out. So I'll go for a U-turn, but nope, he does hold his guns here, so I have to go straight into free food here, expecting a fighting move coming my way, which it does. ORAS is going to hit me, so it's a special Lucario, which is interesting, and I take that hit really well. Good old Tropius is great at that. It goes for a Bone Rush, obviously not knowing this is a flying type here. Tropius not a common mon, so I'm going to go straight for those Leech Seeds, basically pin him down. It's going to go all hentai here as I've just pinned this thing down with the Leech Seed. So I've got the Leech Seed going here, and that's perfectly what I need. I'm going to sap up the health, and Tropius A is looking pretty healthy again. So Dragon Pulse A is going to head my way here. This is going to hit me for a little bit of damage, but not too much again, as I'm just going to go straight off for a Roost. Yes, this is a very stolid team, and this is back in the day where I was using a lot of stolid teams and a lot of used ones, but I'm really looking forward to Sun and Moon, because when that comes out, all these new mons are going to be interesting, and hopefully the metagame will change a bit. So Power Up Punch is going to hit. That is not too great, because now I know this is a physical thing, and if it does have any other I believe it's revealed its full moveset, but at the time I was worried it would have another one. I was not keeping track of its move, so I'm thinking, if this thing is going to Power Up Punch, this thing is just going to try and set up on me. So I'm going to switch out free food here, and we're going to see a hellish speed up here, as Sir Quag's actually going to come in here. So Sir Quag is about to take this Dragon Pulse really well, and obviously at the time I was terrified of Power Up Punches, but this thing is unaware, and of course with all the Leech Seed and stuff like that, I'm thinking, you know what, this is an opportunity just to stockpile like hell. So I'm going to stockpile as many times as I can. I'm going to keep on stockpiling, because Sir Quag is just going to nicely set up here. And I believe I get all the way up to stockpile 3 after obviously Leech Seed recover and all this rubbish. So ORAS is going to hit, not going to do too much after a stockpile, because this, you know, Quag's bulky as Helmon, and of course with the Leech Seed here, I'm going to be at a nice recovery rate. So question of the day, what I'm going to ask with Quagsire being a water ground, what is your favourite water ground Pokemon? I'm pretty sure it's obvious, mine's Quagsire, but there's like Wishcash and stuff like that. I want to see if there's any Wishcash fans out there. It's the only one that comes to mind. I must admit, water ground, not the most common type, pretty good type, and only 4 times weak to grass, and grass is not too all common. So Power Punch is going to hit, and that's going to do nothing after all the setup with me being unaware and all. So I'm going to get some recovery again. I'm going to be practically at full health after the Leech Seed finishes off this Lucario. So that is that Lucario good, and out of here. So in comes Chestnut here, and I'm like, oh bollocks, yeah, grass type, I completely forgot about this thing. So Seed Bomb's going to hit, I take that not very well at all. I'm full on 4 times weak, I'm surprised to live that at all. Citrus Berry is going to make sure I can live another one potentially, as I'm going to go straight for a Scald here, and I'm just praying for the burn at this point, which unfortunately I don't get, because a burn on this thing would be nice. Toxic would be even better, because this thing can be a defensive wall with, you know, the Leech Seed, Spiky Shield, and just some like Drain Punch and some really stally recovery moves, which I can't talk, because that's his old Quagsire doing. So Seed Bomb's going to hit, and unfortunately I do go down. I probably should have switched into Flareon at this point, but I just did not want to risk it. So I'm going to go into Goo Goo here, and hopefully he's hitting me with a grass move again, but he goes for Earthquake here, obviously aware of the Sap Sipper. That does a nice little chunk to Goodra, but I'm going to go straight for a Flamethrower. I am a max special attack set, max health, and Assault Vest, so that is 1 dead Chestnut, and that is that thing out of here. So incoming Gardevoir here, obviously Gardevoir a bit of a threat, as Moonblast is going to hit. That is going to do a ton of damage, considering I'm even Assault Vest to cover that crit. If it wasn't for that crit, I probably could have lived another one. So I'm going to go straight for a Sludge Wave and do a huge chunk of this Gardevoir here. Thank God it wasn't a Mega. But Disarming Voice is going to go in and take us out, which is an interesting move. I'd probably go for Hyper Voice every day of the week, but it's nice to see that move. I'm not too sure what it does. I think it gets stronger each time you use it. So maybe after a while it's stronger than Hyper Voice. I must admit, I'm not too aware of the strategy here. So Minchow's actually going to bitch slap this thing straight out of existence. That was a huge hit. I mean, got the fake out from this thing a ton. So Glade's going to come in here. I know I'm outspeeding, so I'm going to hit this thing straight with a U-turn here. Surprised not to see it being a Mega one, and to not being scarfed either. A lot of people like to run these scarf, but thank God for that. So I'm going to run straight into free food here, and Night Slash is going to connect, maybe predicting me to switch into a Ghost type. So he goes straight for the close combat here. That's not going to do a thing, obviously, with me resisting that. Probably not aware of how bulky Tropius is. Tropius is a damn good Pokemon. I definitely recommend it. The set used here is Toxic, Leech Seed, Protect, and Roost. So it's a very stally trolly set. You can switch out for Toxic for Air Slash for some kind of damage, just in case you can't Toxic it for whatever reason, and nothing really... Well, there's things that resist flying, but there's nothing that completely resists it, you know, like a grass move, Sap Sipper completely resists it, so flying you can do that bit thing there. Just hope you don't run into an Angron here. So, Harvest is going to kick in again, I'm going to be nice and protect here, he's going to protect up again, and Glade's going to go for Cycle Cuts. At this point, it's just a complete stall war here, as I'm just trying to stall this thing out as much as possible. So this thing goes down, thank God, with a mix of Poison and Leech Seed. And in comes Alakazam here. Yet again, this Alakazam, a little bit of a weird set, so it goes for Shadow Ball here instead of Psychic or anything. So I'm going to go straight for a Toxic and see if it's a Magic Guard one. And it is a Synchronized one, which completely caught me out off guard there. I was like, oh, great. So unfortunately, I end up poisoning Tropius, and I've really got no way to get rid of that because I'm not a Lumberry set. So he goes for Psychic Beam here, and if it was Psychic, that might have killed me. So definitely, if this person does watch this, you want to chuck Psychic on your mon at the time. So I'm going to go straight for the Leech Seed, seeing this thing is not a Magic Guard set. So I'm going to try and stall as much as possible, because Tropius is a very stally mon, but of course, Grass Flying being the 4 times weak to Ice, like a lot of flying types are, you've got to switch out as soon as you suspect any kind of Ice move. So getting some nice recovery there. As you can see, even though it's not a lot of health I'm recovering, it's enough to keep me alive here, so I think I can win this stall war here, especially since I do have Roost, and I don't think this thing's got Recover, because it's very unlikely and Alakazam's going to have Recover, and I believe it does get access to it. I could be wrong, I must admit. The Alakazam set I run is just Cycle Shock, Plasma Gleam, Shadow Ball, and of course Calm Mind. You can switch it up for another move, or Energy Ball for coverage, but the Calm Mind's quite good if you're protecting a Protect or something like that, with Flogus being very popular in the UU tier when I was using Alakazam in UU. I believe it's OU now, I could be wrong as I say. Sylveon's UU now, which I don't agree with at all. Sylveon can hold its own in OU as far as I'm concerned, but hell, I don't get to decide the metagame. So anyway, Free Food is not looking too healthy here, as I'm going to pop another Citrus Berry, hoping Harvest kicks in, which it does. So again, I'm looking quite healthy. As I say, Harvest really puts in its work at times. So he brings in his last one, Blaziken. Blazikick is going to completely wreck me, as I'm going to try and get a Toxic on this thing just to do a little bit of damage to it here. So a little bit of chip damage here, put this thing on a timer, get me closer to winning the game. So Free Food goes down, but damn, Tropius, you did really well there. So Minchow is going to come in. I'm going to hit this thing with a Fake Out, and it's definitely not a Speed Boost set. It's probably a Blaze set, so it's probably not a competitive Blaziken. So Poison's going to do its thing again. I'm going to go straight for a Drain Punch, and end the game. So thank you all very much for watching. This has been Spinner94 here, bringing you a 6v6 battle. I hope this is one I haven't already uploaded. And peace out, and enjoy your Sunday.